If your friend comes to you and says, I have a mental health problem, what would you do? Maybe you will search about the mental health problem. When you dive into mental health problem, you will be seeing mental health problem is more about related to social, emotional, and psychological of well-being of the individuals to cope with the daily life stresses and the life and to accomplish their life-related activities. Then you will ask yourself, then mental health problem is not similar to another health problems like respiratory problem or digestive problem. Because in those medical problems, people might go to doctor and get medication and cure and maybe operation. Then when you dive into mental health problem, then you will be seeing our brain plays critical role for our mental health problem. Then how our brain plays central role in mental health problem. Then you will see we receive all the information in our life through our sensory organs, and our brain receive them and change them into electrochemical reactions, polarization and depolarization, and also change them into neurotransmitters and chemical substances and lead them through your organs and the systems. So when you look at all these things, so far we heard about social, emotional, psychological, chemical substances. So it is so really different from other health-related problems because they are so abstract, they are so invisible things that we are dealing with. The only thing we know, we heard so far, chemical substances are coming from our daily diet. So how about the emotions? Maybe emotions and social component comes from our job setting, family setting, and the environment. So then how those components are affecting our mental health? Over-exhausting of our thinking process and over-utilization of all these neurotransmitters and the chemical energy, and is going to be breaking down our nervous system, and nervous system and the brain is going to be also deform our organs and the systems. Of course, everybody witnessing mental health problems in their family and maybe for themselves. And also, when I look at my family history and my life, job, all my experiences, also I experienced some anxiety and panic attack problems in my life. Those are the maybe preliminary mental health related problems. So when I look at those times that I had anxiety and panic attacks, usually I had them when I made a huge change in my job, my life, my academic life, my school, or establishing the family. Those times, those periods, actually I experienced that. So those are the good indicators and the evidences that is so matching about definition of the mental health problem, which is more related with our emotional and social and psychological and also well-being of our own mind, body, and soul. Then I just wanted to see if our ancestors had any mental health problem when they were hunting and gathering before agriculture. And our ancestors, a group of our ancestors were sitting in this fire, and they only worry about the day had of their food and hunting and gathering. So I was thinking about that 20,000 years BC. If their brain and social structure and emotional structures were designed to only take care of their daily diet and wild environment and also wild animals, so what they were feeling. Also, they were so accustomed to see and watch their family members are being preyed by another wild animals or environment factors. So I could see that they were so attached to the nature, and also requirements and the needs were limited. So fortunately, our ancestors' human agency propelled us, Homo sapiens, to learn domestication and also to advance and get at the current 21st century instruments and the tools and the materials. So we have metropole cities, and we have all digital gadgets, devices, and we have great houses, and we have all different government structures. We have so many publications. We have so much information processing. We are so being disconnected from the nature and from our tribe. So in evolutionary standpoint, we are one of those animal species. We are working socially together, and we are adapted to the nature. So right now, we have been distanced from the nature. But at the same time, all these advancements on this, our life standards increased, and also our life expectancy improved and extended, and through curing diseases and finding medication. So, however, the report is saying that almost 1 out of 5 adults in America are suffering from mental health problem, and 20% of the school children are having mental health problem. And this number is exponentially increasing every day. So mental health problems are very costly, and at the same time socially affecting overall social dynamic of the structures. So what are the ways to be preventive for any trapping, for mental health problem? There are certain ways we can get away from this mental health problem. As I mentioned that, sometimes we are so stunned if somebody says, well, I have a mental health problem. Then at that time, you kind of look at, what's going to happen? How can I socialize with this person? So basically, one of the ways is we have to break away from the stigma about mental health problem. We have to look at that mental health problem is one of those health problems that we should be talking to our family members, we should be talking to our friend and in the school teachers, and we have to make it, normalize it, and we can solve that. Self-exploration plays critical role. Everyday emotions. If we have emotions are changing, our thinking process is changing into emotions and then converted into our feelings in our face, our body activities. So how we can really balance between those things? How we are overthinking and exhausting our brain. If our emotions are turned into stresses every day, if those stresses are temporary or long-term, and if they are long-term stresses, they become anxiety. So at that time, we have to be thinking about what are the factors that are affecting my everyday mental health, my stress, my anxiety. Which is very important actually to analyze in what environments and who are the people and at what occasions that my body and emotions are changing through. And support system. Family, belonging to any community is going to help you. As I mentioned, we are social animals. We are living as a group together, and we need to get the support from each other like other animal species. And also self-care. As I mentioned, nutrition plays a critical role, and also how we are going to be really utilizing this energy through activities without exhausting your nervous system, and relaxation, self-consciousness, and some exercises. Another preventive method is learning new things. And if you learn new things, then challenge yourself, and your brain and your nervous system is going to be opened. And all those channels and the neural pathways are going to be open, and is going to allow you to be lifting your emotional state. These are some of the examples. I learned playing guitar during the COVID time. Also, I have a pet, and those are really lifting my old emotional and feelings every day. Also, I'm cooking, and I socialize with our communities, students in every single age. I do volunteer activities. I challenge myself all the time. I finished my bachelor degree in one of the developing country in Turkey. Then I got my master and doctorate degree in the United States. I work in 2 different countries. All the time try to learn new things. I hope everybody is going to be potentially might be exposed to mental health problem. It is journey, but at the same time, it is the problem that we need to solve. And it is in our hand to control, to learn new things, to have self-exploration, and to get united and together. I would like to conclude my speech with one of the analogy. Everybody watching so many videos on the TV series every day on the TV, and tremendous amount of the TV shows. And actually, every day, our brain and nervous system are making movies, films, from our every minute, every second, through our sense organs, through our eyes, are projecting everything, our ears, the odors and the smell, and everything is making movies within our body. So you should choose if you want to be a screenwriter, if you are going to be director of the movie, or if you are going to be producer of the movies, or you are going to be on the prompt. It is in your hand actually to identify that, and which is needed for self-exploration and understanding yourself. Thank you for your attention.